Well, folks, as you can tell, I'm on the Overstreet Retreat, the 99 as we call it. What a night. I got up here last night about 7:30 and just before sunset. Got the trailer unloaded and pulled the truck around to the camp here and got rested in. And then the heavens opened up. The lightning, the rain, wow. I mean, it poured. It poured hard. And if you're in the area, you know. If you're in the state of Florida, you know. Rained hard. Anyway, so I thought I'd document a little bit of this trip. I'm up here flying solo. Sherry's at home. She has to work, unfortunately. Sorry. Anyway, some of you know we had a little generator issue and had to send it out to get it worked on. So I'm gonna make a trip up into Georgia there and go pick it up and bring it back and see how it goes. And hopefully it won't take me all day. It's a nice little trip up there, and it's really cool last night. I think, what did it get down? In the lower 60s. For me, that's cold. I'm a cold-natured guy. Anyway, yeah, and then the thunder boomers, like I said, all night kept me awake. So, anyway, for now, I guess we'll just get on the road here and pick the old generator up and get it back here and get it hooked up and show you guys a little bit more of what's going on around the retreat, and a couple of new well, I got a new toy, new gadget. Sherry calls it a toy, but it's a tool, something that I can use later on. So we'll be in touch, and give me a few and we'll be back. Duke here again. That was a long trip. About an hour and a half over to Albany, pick up the generator. Had a little lunch. Met a nice guy there and got us taken care of. And so here in just a few minutes, I'll get the tractor out and I'll start to set that generator up. So give me a minute, and I guess I got to find the keys to the tractor, huh? Where are the keys? Okay, I got the military generator in place. I re-stripped the wires. I took the hard line there and converted it to a pigtail so that we could operate one of the smaller Honda generators, you know, and have some electricity to the camp. Although this military generator is pretty nice. It's well insulated, quiet. It'll do 110 single phase. It'll do 240 volt single phase. It'll do 3-phase. Okay, giving you three legs of 110 volts, 120 volts. Kind of straightforward, you know, a little overbuilt. But that's good because I can break an anvil with a feather. But anyway, let's talk business here just for a second, or ethics. I don't know. Got a little bit of a situation. I'm not sure exactly. I think I know what I'm going to do, but you know what? We're starting a new channel here. I've been posting stuff that we've been doing on the property for years, and you know, we call it the Overstreet Retreat or the 99 or the property or something. So I'm going to try to boil it down to, you know, the 99 Overstreet Retreat, and that's probably how we'll list it on Facebook. So we'll put it on YouTube as well, and like you to subscribe. You know, I don't know how often I'll get to post a video. I get to come up about once a month. This time I'm up here flying solo. Sherry's at home. She has to work, although it is Friday afternoon, and wouldn't surprise me if she pulled in the driveway late tonight. She just loves this place, but and hates to work. No. But it's one of those things we got to do. But you know, someday for our retirement program, yeah, we'd like to reside here, or at least part time anyway. You know, be snowbirds and then go back south for the summer, enjoy the water and the beaches. You know, I don't know if I can get all the salt water out of me. It's gonna be hard, but we're going to try. Anyway, here's the deal with the generator. Sherry and her sisters come up a couple months ago, and she called me up, said the generator started making a noise, had a knock to it. So I had her put the phone to it, and I heard the knock, you know, and I was like, oh gosh, sounds like a rod knocking or a lifter knocking. It was quite relevant that it was something bad. So anyway, she shut her down, and I came up a couple weeks later, and I took a look at it and looked around, and I was, you know, hoping it was something that I could probably fix, and I probably could have fixed it if I'd have taken it home. I got contacts, I got friends. If I was over my head, you know, they would be able to help you out. You know, you got your network, your boys, your home team. But wasn't the case. Jerry and my buddy Mike and his wife Susan found somebody on the other side of the state line that said, you know, they worked on diesel engines and generators, and they could fix this up, you know. And nice guy. That guy was really nice. I mean, you know, just a real gentleman kind of a guy, but it was a major corporate dealership, you know, in the country. One of my favorite diesel engine people, Scooter. And anyway, I took it up to him, and he told me he had a boy that worked in he called him a boy, old guy that I guess he was a Gulf War vet. He worked on these in the military, and he was drooling just to get his hands on it. He said, I know him inside and out. So I felt very confident and dropped it off, and they called me about a week later, and he gave me an estimate of about $1,000. And I was like, wow, just to put a bearing in it. But you know what? I mean, in all fairness, there's 1,000 of these 5/16 screws. They're machine screws. They're all over the place. You got to take all that off. You've got these gauges. You've got wiring inside. I showed you the inside of this. I mean, scary. Take a look at that. I mean, I'll bring the camera up so you can see. But yeah, really nice. And one of the reasons I bought the darn thing is because, well, military grade, it'll probably last me forever, you know. We're hoping to get power onto the property here soon. I've cleared a good acre strip over there. But anyway, so the old fella, he called me up and he says, yeah, he's looking at $1,000, you know. And I'm like, well, $1,000, he's a couple hours away from here, you know, 7 hours from home. And sure, let's do it, you know. Sherry's on me all the time. Stroke a check, you can't fix everything. No, I can't, but I'm gonna die trying, and I would have been able to fix this, but it, you know, just to take some things off my plate and get me back into, you know, I got a business to run, and my guys they like to see me around once in a while. So I dropped it off, and he called me up, about 3 weeks later, and he said, Duke, I got your generator all put back together. It runs, sounds great, looks great, but it doesn't put out electricity. And I said, well, it ran when I brought it to you. I mean, we used it the night before I brought it to you. I made a little video, you know. There's a bearing in there, and the bearing, part of the bearing was missing, and so the armature shaft, you know, it's kind of doing a little wobble, and it's the armature is bouncing off the walls of the housing of the generator. So anyway, but for $1,000, you know, be done with it. I go home. By the time I'm ready to come back, I pick it up. We go. You know. Anyway, he said he got it back together and it was running and all, but wouldn't put out any electricity. So I told him, I said, well, you know, you have to flip this switch, close the circuit, interrupt it, you know. And when you do, this green light will come on. Power comes out of the generator, and of course, you know, you've got lights. That's another story, you know. I don't know. Our family just seems to think that lights come on when you flip the switch. They don't understand where electricity comes from, but that's another episode. Anyway, I went over with him. I says, okay, it runs. You flip the switch, green light comes on. Yes, no power. So he's telling me, well, you know, it could be a diode, it could be the fields, it could be brushes, it could be this, it could be that. You know, he says, I'll look around for you. You know, he says, I'm not giving up on you, but he says, I'll look around for you. But I just want you to know that we've met our threshold time-wise for that $1,000 figure that I give you. Well, we're this close, and so I said, you know, yeah, go ahead. Well, another week or so went by, and he calls me up, and he goes, yeah, he said, the best I can do for you, he said, I could look around and see if I can't buy another generator winding, because I think you got a busted wire somewhere. I said, are you sure you flipped that switch and it didn't come on? He goes, oh, I'm telling you. Then he goes, Southern drawl. Okay. He goes, I got a fella right down, about a mile down the road, and he works on generators and the like. And he says, if you like, I'll take it over to him. He says, but I'd have to charge you, you know, 20% of whatever, you know, on top of his bill if I do that. You know. I'm like, you know, I'm in a rock and a hard place. I mean, I could leave home, travel 7 hours to drive it 10 minutes down the road, you know. He goes, tell you what I'll do. He says, I'll call the old boy up, see if he won't come over and take a look at it. And he says, if he will, you know, or he says, you know what, I might just drop it off to him. He says, I'll take it to him, and we'll get you squared up. Give me a credit card, and away we go. And long and short of it is the next day after I give him the credit card, he ships it over to the guy, and I think he called the next day, and this fellow's name was Charlie Kelly. Nice guy. I mean, really nice guy. Golly, I tell you the name of his company right now, it slips me. But they're a generator winding people gurus. You know, they got a place in Albany and Columbus, Georgia. I believe it's Smith Gray. If it's not, I'll make an edit and tell you the exact name. But I think it's Smith Gray. Anyway, Charlie's in Albany, and he called me up and he goes, "Is this Mr. Duke?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "You the one with the big military generator?" I said, "Yes, sir." He says, "Well," he says, "first of all," he says, "I'm going to tell you something." He says, I do not talk bad about nobody. You know, and he says, "I don't want to throw stones, and I ain't trying to make waves, but I got your generator here." And he says, "The old boy brought it over," and he says, "it was in about 1,000 pieces." He said, "Now, we didn't take that thing apart." He said, "We didn't know how to put it back together." He said, "Look at it, you know. I mean, all these doors, panels, this comes off just to get to the interior, then the interior housing of the generator, and nuts and bolts, and what have you." And he says, "We had to put it back together." He says, "I've got 11 hours working on this thing." And he says, "Your bill comes to $950.37. I said, "Yeah, but does my generator run?" He goes, "Well," he says, "that was just it." He says, "It wasn't running when we got here, but we put it together." Now, remind you, the other fellow said that he had it all together and was running fine. And Charlie says, "We got it together and started it up, and he said, we had to figure out what made it tick, you know, and he said, we turned that interrupter switch on and the green light came on, and we had power." Subscribe to the channel, okay? Leave a comment down below. I want to know what you would do, okay? I know what I'm going to do, but probably nothing, you know? Just be fortunate enough I got it back. And we can have power, and the girls can come up here and, you know, have their little retreat with their mom and their sisters and stuff. And life goes on. But I told Charlie, in my business, I've been doing it 30 years. And to this day, a lot of times, we do a no cure, no pay. If I can't satisfy you or fix your problem or get you going, get you off the beach, get you off that sandbar, raise that boat, you don't owe me, you know. Tough one, huh? I know. Cancel the credit card, dispute it, you know. That's a lot of hassle. And I drove right past the man's place today, and I looked at it as I drove by, and I said, I should stop and say, hey, you know. But I didn't. Anyway, got a couple wires to hook up and see if I can't get us some power. But, yeah. 99 Overstreet Retreat. That's going to be the new name for the channel on YouTube. And we'll get the website, the Facebook thing going too. But, yeah, leave me some comments. You know, I've done some stupid stuff. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but, you know, that old tractor there, we started out the hard way. Well, we started with a machete and a chainsaw, and a single four-wheeler. And, well, you'll see as we go along what the toys add up. The money adds up. But it's a lot of fun. Anyway, give me a few minutes here. I'll get L1 and 2 and the neutral and the ground wires connected, and we'll smoke test this thing, see if we got power for tonight. Got a couple odd things to pick up. Wired up, ready to go. Start. Flip the green switch. Oh. Lights. Kitchen lights are on. Fans are on. Anyway. That's going to be a wrap for this generator segment, and I just got to put the side panel on these side panels. They just deflect a little bit of the sound. It might sound loud in the camera, but it's not really loud. 30 feet away, you can have a nice conversation. It just hums in the background. You don't really notice it. But it's time for another episode of Outdoor with the Morgans. So, with that, I need an iced tea. And if you haven't seen Outdoor with the Morgans, it's a YouTube channel. Melissa and Mike Morgan. I'm hooked, man. They've got like 700, 800, well, close to 800 episodes. I think I've watched them all here recently. This quarantine thing it hasn't gotten me, And no, I haven't stayed home. I'm one of those essential businesses that has to stay open and go grab people off the beach and the sandbars and raise their sunken boats and stuff like that. Because they have no place to go, so they go to the water. But anyway, check out Outdoor with the Morgans. Again, it's a YouTube channel. Subscribe to it. You know what? I know it's hard for me because I'm long-winded. I can't get straight to the point. I'll try to do better, but Anyway, go check out Mike's thing there. He's got all kinds of ideas going on. He's got a nice piece of property similar to ours up in the Pennsylvania area there, and they mill wood, chop wood, cut trees down. They got kids, dogs. It's a really good show. Anyway, Outdoor with the Morgans. Hit that like button. Subscribe to them. There's a little bell there. Hit that bell. And it'll send you a notification that he's got a show. Same way here, 99 Overstreet Retreat. And hit that like button. Make a comment at the bottom. Subscribe. And hit that bell. It'll tell you, hey, Duke's posted another one of his videos, I wanted to call it Duke TV, but we did Duke TV in the CETO gig in CETO world, and it went far. Well, it went farther than I expected it to. And anyway, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Like I said, I'm going to be up here for almost a week, so I'm going to do a couple of these little episodes and see if we can't get you familiar with the property. You're always welcome. Friends, neighbor, relatives, Summertime, it gets hot, though. But wintertime's beautiful. Anyway, that's a wrap, and I'll catch you next time.